Hello, how are you doing? Hopefully, you're having a great day today. I don't know if you've been outside yet. Maybe you're in an office or you've been indoors, but it just feels different. It feels like October. Like last time it felt like this outside was probably October. It just feels, you can feel that sun, and it's going to be a hot one today. High temperatures in the low 90s. It's pretty rare for this time of the year to hit temperatures low 90s like this. I mean, the record for the date is 91, and you've got to go back to what was it, 1917, I believe. I'll show you here. But 1917, that's a long-standing record. So, it doesn't always get like this, but it's going to be a hot one today. Tomorrow through the weekend, not nearly as warm, but the warming trend continues. All right, so the first story is the heat. Second story is we have got a red flag warning in effect, not for Bexar County, but for counties just to the west. And that is in effect right now. Don't burn outdoors. Yesterday we had a big fire out in Gillespie County, I believe 1,100 acres or something like that burned up. So avoid burning outdoors. Let's take a look at where the red flag warning is in effect. Eastern Hill Country, counties just to the west of Bexar County. And the reason we're not included is our winds are not going to be as strong. It's close, but not quite. Eastern counties, same thing. But it has been dry lately. We continue to be in a drought, and with winds gusting up to 25, maybe 30 miles per hour out towards Del Rio, that's a bad combination. So do not burn outdoors. Let's take a look a little bit later on this afternoon. 26 mile per hours, that's the sustained winds at Del Rio with some gusts to 30, maybe 35. Hondo 15 with gusts to 25, and then it kind of a little bit weaker winds from Bexar County and then eastward from there. Okay, let's take a look outside. Right now, we're not even at the noon hour, we're at 11 o'clock, and we've got a temperature of 81. So yeah, it's definitely warming on up. I think the noontime temperature is going to be 84, and our high today will be in the low 90s. Normal low is 48. This morning we're at 56. Record low is 22, set back in 1974. And there's our record high, 91, set back in 1917. And it's a beautiful day. I mean, absolutely, just very nice. Lots of sunshine, but that sun feels pretty warm. We'll be in the low 90s. Hey, if you're going out to the rodeo today, it's going to be nice. And if you're going out tonight, temperatures will start off in the low 80s and in the 70s. And you may be able to make it tonight without a jacket. If you get cool easy, take that with you. It'll be a little breezy with winds out of the northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, so a little breezy out there at the rodeo. Take a look at temperatures around south central Texas. This is amazing. And you can kind of see what's going on here. I'm going to show you on the state map here in just a second. But look at Uvalde. Uvalde temperature at the 11, this is 11 o'clock observation, February 26th. 91 degrees, 90 degrees at Carrizo Springs. That's big time. That is really big. Fredericksburg 79, we're in the low 80s, and it's in the upper 70s around Hallettsville and Victoria. But what's happening here is you've got a dry line just out to the west, and Uvalde and Carrizo Springs, I'm surprised Del Rio's not warmer. Maybe they had more clouds or something, but that dry line is really drying things out, and dry air warms very efficiently, and that's why those temperatures are just soaring on up there in Uvalde at 91. If Uvalde keeps that up, let's say they hit 93 at the noon hour, you plus 7 to that, and that's near 100. I doubt Uvalde's going to hit near 100, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Crystal City, Carrizo Springs hitting very close to 100. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We've got a cold frontal boundary that has moved through Bexar County, or it's right on top of us actually, and then kind of like a dry line. So some of that front has pushed through. Eagle Pass is in the low 90s, and what's happening is this front's not going to go far enough to the south to really bring in the cool air. It's going to just bring in dry air, and that's why those temperatures are just going to warm on up, and we'll be in the low 90s. Now, Dallas-Fort Worth, that's totally different situation. At 11 o'clock, they're at 70. Midland, Odessa's at 68. Amarillo's in the low 60s as well. So we're going to have some of the warmest temperatures in the entire country right here across south central Texas. Let me see if I can get to it. Yeah, 91 with temperatures approaching 100 just to the south and west of San Antonio. Phoenix hitting close to 90. So yeah, no problem. I think when you see the nation's headlines of the warmest temperature in the country, it'll probably come out of South Texas for today. All right, taking a look at the upper level pattern. We need rain. We need it bad. We're at less than an inch and a half, and we've almost completed 2 full months. And I think we're going to go all the way through the first with no rainfall. So that's going to be 2 full months with only an inch, 0.46, less than an inch and a half. And that's bad news. So as we head through the rest of the week and into the weekend, pattern is very much similar. Hard to see rain that way. We're going to have our first system that digs in and moves across the plain states. But notice most of the lift is going to be off to the north. And with this kind of a scenario on Wednesday, usually what happens to us is we cap out. We have a cap, strong cap, and maybe some drizzle, 20% chance of maybe some light showers, but that's going to be about it. And that's the way I see it for Tuesday, or for Wednesday, and for a Thursday. There's an outside chance maybe the cap won't be too strong. Maybe a thunderstorm pops, but it doesn't look likely. And then as we head into Friday, the next upper level system, a lot of that punch may be to the north, but maybe a chance for storms. And Friday and Saturday with a really good lift in the atmosphere, some of those storms, they could be severe, could be strong. And then we have another system coming in from the west, and that one for like Sunday, Monday, and maybe even to Tuesday of the following week. Maybe we'll have some big thunderstorms then. Some of the storms could be severe. We're getting into March, and we're getting to that period where some of these storms can get severe. All right, so highs today, low 90s. Look at Carrizo Springs, close to 100. Wouldn't be surprised. Uvalde may actually end up being warmer than the mid-90s. And then Friday morning, down along the coast, some fog is possible. Lows in the 60s, and then Friday, highs in the mid-80s. And then Saturday morning, we'll start to see southerly winds coming back. We may have some fog Saturday morning, definitely possible, and Sunday morning, I think, as well. That fog may be even more likely on Sunday morning. All right, so the cedar count, or I shouldn't say cedar count, pollen count. These days it has been the cedar count, but cedar's about to play out. Still moderate, 140, ash is 380, mold's 290 in light, and elm is 10 in light. Okay, so here's the 14-day forecast. We've got this front that's moving through that's actually warming us up today to 91. Tomorrow, mid-80s, some fog Saturday, Sunday morning, and then a little sunshine, partly cloudy to mostly sunny over the weekend, 85 to 86. Monday, Tuesday, more humidity coming in, so temperature's not as warm. 82 Monday, 78 on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, best that I think we can do is maybe a 20% chance of showers. And then perhaps some thunderstorms. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be all about timing. And then probably Tuesday as well. So right now I would say low chances. I'm going to keep it conservative, but they're trending upwards for the weekend and maybe even at the beginning of like the 9th and 10th. And the closer we get to the 10th, the better chance you have of some of these storms being severe, I think. Okay, so that's the way it looks. Man, find a shady place today. Maybe get a cold drink. It's going to be a warm one. February, highs in the low 90s. All right, thank you so much for streaming with us. I've got the noon show. Make sure to watch 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I'll be back. I think tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. And I will be back tomorrow. All right, we appreciate you streaming with us, and we'll see you later.